Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making pressure cooker creamy beef tortellini. Alright, I'm starting out on my pressure cooker. I have it set on saute and it's hot. Now I'm going to add in a pound of ground beef. Break that up just a little bit. And this might be a pound and a half of ground beef. I just broke down a family size pack, but if it's a little over, that's fine. It's going to make it that much more better. Alright, now I have one onion I diced up. I'm going to put that in with the ground beef, and I'm going to allow that to saute in there with the ground beef as it browns. And I'll drain off the excess grease when this is done browning up. Alright, now that my ground beef is done browning and I drained off the excess grease, we're going to add in our seasonings. First off, I'm going to add in 3 spoons of pre-diced garlic. If you use fresh, use about 3 cloves. Just going to give that a stir. And allow that to heat through in the ground beef. I have my power off right now. Right now we're going to add in our spices. I'm going to start with, and we're going to keep it simple, we're going to keep most of it at a half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm just eyeballing. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. A half a teaspoon of oregano. Half a teaspoon of paprika, looking good so far, guys. A lot of spices in this, but it's going to make for more flavor. A half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of granulated garlic or garlic powder. I'm using granulated garlic. Don't use garlic salt because we already put salt in. And a quarter of a teaspoon of red crushed pepper flakes. If you're feeding the little guys in your family, you might want to leave this out and just add it on top of your plate like you would on pasta or spaghetti or whatever. Which my little guys are all growing. They're adults, so they like hot stuff. Right, I'm going to bring all my ground beef over to one side. And I have a bag of cheese tortellini. This here is 19 ounces. This is frozen. I'm going to get that down in there. And I'm going to fold it into our ground beef. Try to get it down under the ground beef as much as possible. It don't have to be perfect. Push my onions down and off the side of the cooker. Alright, now I have 3 cups of beef broth. I'm going to dump that in. And I'm going to make sure that my tortellini is submerged under the beef broth. Because we want it to cook and we don't want it to dry out. So bring some of that ground beef up top and move some of the tortellini around. And guys, it's a really quick, simple meal for a weeknight when you worked all day and you don't feel like cooking, which is most nights for me, so I try to keep them simple. Alright, I'm going to put my lid on here. I'm going to allow this to pressure cook for 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes are up, I'll do a quick release of the pressure. Alright, this just got done pressure cooking. I released the pressure. Now I turned it on saute again. You can see how nice that looks. I'm going to add in a half a cup of heavy cream, and this is a 2-cup container. And as usual, I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm going to add in 2 cups of Italian blend cheese or Italian style cheese. This is a 4-cup pack. Alright, that's about right. I'm going to give that a stir, and we're going to allow our cheese to melt down into that cream sauce. And guys, if you could smell this, it smells delicious. And I'm going to allow this to come to a gentle boil and boil just for a minute to help it thicken up. Alright, I allowed this to boil for probably about 5 minutes, starting to thicken up. This is ready to go. Let's go ahead and fix up a plate and see what we got. Went ahead and I topped it with some more shredded cheddar cheese and garnished it with a little bit of fresh parsley. Now if you like your sauce a little thicker, just let it sit in a pressure cooker with the heat off for about 10 minutes and that'll thicken up because the tortellini will soak in some of that liquid and the heavy cream will start to thicken. So let me get in here and try this. Start with a piece of this tortellini. Tender, not mushy at all, cooked just right. Get some of the ground beef with some tortellini. Guys, that was really good and it wasn't hard at all. Alright, there you have it. Pressure cooker creamy beef tortellini. Thanks for watching and remember, love what you eat and eat what you love.